Okay guys, I wanted to jump on here. I just had a few minutes this morning, and so I grabbed my new wax pastels. Got a video of the unboxing and trying those out, and I'll put that link here. I came over here, I just posted this recently, this painting. It's actually oil pastels, and I love how it turned out. So I just wanted to show you a little of my process. So wanted to do a wax pastel sketch from it. So this is how I work. You know, I'm constantly working like from other paintings just so things can be loose. So I took this red Prismacolor, very thin. It's actually very orange. What's the name of it? Poppy red. It very much looks orange. I'm loving how it looks on this black paper though. Wow. So I do a very quick, in like 3 to 5 seconds, I do a sketch. I keep it super, super loose. Can y'all see it? Is it not bright enough? Yeah. I keep it very loose. And then what I'll do is use this painting over here as my reference and try to use colors that normally wouldn't be used like on a face. And I just work super fast. I like attack it. That's the best way to do it, super fast. Like I just have a few minutes before lunch and I'm just gonna go. And that result is always so much better than like taking my time. Okay, I've got my oil pastels. I've got my color chart on black paper. I have this color chart. I did that on white paper and black paper because when I do things like this, colors just look so different with the 2 different backgrounds. So this is my reference. And then I'm referencing this painting up here. And I'm just gonna jump in. Just because you have a sketch done too does not mean that you have to do exactly what it's doing. Okay, the other thing, I don't like to use 50 million colors, so I like to use the same ones throughout. What I'll do when I use a color, I'll put it up like this so I can remember that I've used it. And then if I'm thinking about using a color that's an option later, I'll put it like this. That may be kind of crazy, but that's like my way of keeping up with what I have used. And it works real well for me. Kind of just moving some of this color around so it's in different parts of the painting. The original painting, there's kind of a blue area here. I'd used a really light blue, so I want to get that in there. That's what's kind of nice about using different mediums and blobbing on colors that you normally wouldn't think about using. And again, try not to think about what your brain tells you, like that this part of the eye is white. Try to break free of that. What I like to do is think more in values, that something is lighter or darker, and then just pick a color that has to do with that. Again, if I use a color in one area, I try to use it in another area. And I'm just using my painting above as a reference. Even though this is like a blue, well, it's a blue. I'm gonna add it to parts of my hair because I've got that in my other one. And again, I'm also wanting to leave parts of the black to show through, so kind of be mindful of that. And then sometimes where you've gone loopy, these little holes are what a lot of times I'll use as a reference to fill in for things. Wow, these really like blend together well. Wow. So I'm using this, it's a gray, but it looks blue. And I'm using that, yes, I'm using that on the face. Sit interesting. Like this color is called light cobalt blue, but then because it's on the black background and other colors that it's near, I mean, this is looking very white. I'm going to use this cobalt blue. Can you see? I mean, look at the... Can you tell how watery blue that looks? I'll also not fill in the whole thing because I want to make these stripes, even though I want them to read white. I'm going to do a red and white shirt. I don't want it all to be the exact same, so I'm going to just put that down for now, move on to some other places. Oh, I don't think I want to use that orange. So if I make a mistake with something, like I decided I don't really want that color, I just leave it, because it's fine that there's little bits of things in other areas that don't exactly go. I do that a lot in my paintings or my sketches too. I'll make a mark to test the color and I just leave it. It just adds, if you have that kind of scattered all throughout, it really adds to the painting. Just still don't have this hair color the way I want it. Can't decide on a color. Really don't like it when the hair looks too hair color-ish. And now I'm adding so many colors, it's starting to be a hot mess. So let's just slap something down and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I definitely am not liking this. Okay, I'm gonna go back over there with something. I usually don't struggle with the hair like I am today. Whoa, wow, that was definitely not what I was hoping for. All right, interesting. All right, I think I need to leave the hair because I am kind of creating hot mess city here. I do need to give her some eyebrows though. I think I'm overthinking things because I'm on the camera. Usually we'll do eyes different colors and the cheeks just a little bit different color. And I did not do that with the eye, so I think I want to change that. See if I can change it at least. Sometimes too, if I'm not sure about a color, I'll just put the stick down there near it. You know what I think I'm going to do is go back to this nose color. I'm thinking maybe that's what I'm going to do. I'm really using way more colors than I usually do. I don't know what's happening here. I've gone buck wild. Sometimes things look like they're not really working well either, but then once you add the flesh color, it works out well. And then I also will usually do a different color for the top part of the lip than the bottom. I'm going to use that same red in her shirt down here. Actually, I'll use a couple different reds. I don't want the whole thing to look the same, so I'll use a couple different reds. Or not a couple, I'll use probably just two. This and then more of a darker something. Where was that for the lips? Probably this. And I'm using this was for her lips, so then that will tie that together. This reads as white, but this is a beige that I used up here in her eye. And then sometimes you do that, you drop it and make a unexpected mark, and that's okay too. Getting a little darker with my whites as we go down the page here. I can't, for some reason, oh yeah, I forgot. I was trying to find this, and forgot it's this like weird teal color. That's why you do your color charts, because then you're able to see what's what on the white paper. All right, now I'm gonna just jump in here and start filling in with some flesh color. Again, I'm really just looking for things that are light color. I don't know if I'm really liking this yellowy tint, but I'm gonna use it and then I'll move on to something else. Yeah, I don't really love, I feel like there's not a flesh color in here that I love. This is really yellow. Okay, so I don't really care for that either. I'm using some of that beige that I used up in the eye and down here, but that didn't work either. So let's see what this light gray, so this is gonna be a cooler. I think I wanna put something a little warmer near her nose. But let's see how this works. Part of it is just like not caring too much, not worrying too much about it. Like let's just play and explore. sometimes I can tell, like, I don't think this one's gonna turn out that great, but that's okay. I'm like learning things about these new wax pastels. I'm wondering if I should show you why we don't really use a white. Let's throw in a white here, and you'll see how, I mean, heck, maybe this and this stuff, it'll look good. It's usually just way too harsh and white. Guys, I mean, I've never do this. I've put so many colors. Holy smoke. I never use this many colors. Wow. That's why it's probably not going to turn out well, but well, live and learn, right? Live and learn. Have fun doing it. I definitely like how my oil pastels, these are wax pastels. I like how the oil ones blend a little more. I think I'm probably going to like the oil ones better for things like this, but it could just be because I've used 50 million colors. And that was a terrible idea. I'm gonna go back over some of this with a cooler gray. See what happens. I always like to make the nose and the ears a little warmer. Okay, we'll have to say this turned out very wonky. Sorry guys. But as I say over and over here, I'm committed to sharing the good and the bad. I am finding that these have like a limit to what you can kind of add over them. Like they kind of start getting, I don't know how to explain it. How can I fix this? What is wrong? So now I just want to kind of assess and see like why does this seem like it's not really coming together? Is it the eyes? Do you feel like there's something off about the eyes that I can't quite put my finger on? So since I'm not loving it, it's like, hey, let's just throw a bunch of stuff at it and see what happens. You know, why not? Okay, yeah, it's getting bad. It's getting bad. Wow, I definitely somehow made her look like a man now. Not sure what happened. Can we fix it? It's probably like it's just not taking more stuff. Okay, this is just, yeah. Wow. Gotta just keep playing, seeing. Okay, here's the finished piece. It's a little more colorful than normally. I really like how the shirt turned out though. Yeah, so let me show you a little closer up. A lot more color in this than I usually use. I don't know what happened, guys. I just went bonkaroos. But I may be liking it. I'm not sure I like this real dark line around her nose, but I'll probably come back in here tomorrow and be like, I love this, I'm posting it on Instagram. That's how that happens sometimes. So I wanted to tone down, there was like kind of a really too bright of a red that I used in here. And no other color was really taking on top of it, so I used this green, a really bright green, because green will tone down red, and I went over that. And then I also took a light green. I took this lighter green right here and put it over her cheek to tone that down. And then, you know, I spread both of those around in different places a little bit. In her hair. Yeah, so it was fun. I feel like something about this is bugging me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take, I wanna just soften that line a little. Something about that's bugging me. Yeah, I think that worked a little. All right, so there she is. Hope y'all enjoyed that. See, I'll set the pastels up like this. Those are the ones that I used. And it's just easy to then grab and remember what I've used, so I don't use too many colors, even though I used a lot more than I normally use in this, but that's my process. Let me show you what I've been doing with some of these oil pastel like sketches that I've been doing. When I cover these strawberries up, I feel like the composition is probably a little better, so I want to take these out. Now I could try to just put the tablecloth on top of it, but they'll be smearing and I want it to look more like this. I think that I want those out, at least one of them. Yeah, I'm gonna take them out. So what I do, I take my palette knife and I'm just gonna scrape it off. So it really works a lot like it's an oil. Zoom in here for you guys. So I'll just scrape it up. Grady is pressure washering the house right now, so this should be interesting to see how this video sounds. So I'm gonna scrape this up. Do I wanna leave that one? Maybe I'll just leave one and we'll see how this looks. So I could do that, and then what I could do is go back in also and wipe some more off if I really want it to be a little cleaner, which I think I do. I already put my blues away, so I don't even remember what blue I used for this. Now what I want to do is go back in and create some of this pattern, not being too precious with it, and then try to find the blue that I used, which maybe it was this. Let's see if that looks similar. And actually, even if it's not, then that's okay too, but I just want to go back in. Now what's happened is I've lost some of this black background. So I like this tool right here. It's got like this rubber back stopper here. The part that I really like is just the end, which you could use like just a paintbrush. And I want to go back in and see if I can scrape. Actually, this may work better. Scrape some of this black back in. Now it's not going to look the same. I'm not sure if I like that. I think what I should have done is scratched all the way back to the black. So what I'm gonna do is scrape some of this off better than what I did, and then go back in like this. Okay, I think I like that composition a little better, but I'm wondering if, I think I'm gonna take that guy out too. Yeah, yep. So anyways, I just wanted to show you this. I'm gonna take this guy out, or maybe I'll live with it for a day, who knows, but I just wanted to show you what that does. What I also did here, I did this chair in kind of an orangey color, and I didn't like the way that it all looked, so I scraped it all up and I had a big chunk of oil pastel. So then I smushed it down over here because I didn't want to waste it. I hate wasting paint. Smushed it over here, and that made this like little top layer, and I really liked it. Okay, my gut says take the strawberry out, so I'm gonna go take the strawberry out now. Okay, that took like 5 seconds. Scrape it out. I left some of the color there instead of wiping it off, and then use that as part of the like pattern. Yeah, I definitely like that better. Much more cohesive. I think if I had used some of that yellow in this, that would have even been better, so maybe I'll just do that now. Put some of that in. Not real precious about it, just kind of squish it in there. Yeah, happy with it. And so later what I may do is end up doing an oil painting from this, but I love how this turned out.